Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Welcome to Studio Chatter. Today we're going to turn your thumbs green with a spring herb garden.
I'm Stacy Beck. We'll talk about living like a homesteader in your own home.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We'll also talk about life on the road as a performer.
And we'll talk about getting your brain busy. That and more coming up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. We made it to March, but it sure doesn't feel like it.
It sure doesn't.
No.
Still in like winter clothes.
That's okay.
We're kind of springing it.
I feel like I'm spring on the top, but then like jeans and boots on the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of
It was
like party in
cold.
the front. No.
Business.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Yes.
We are.
Yeah.
Spring top, winter
Might as well
bottom.
enjoy it a little bit longer because it switches really fast too.
Oh, I feel like fall switches fast. Spring, I feel like is a long drag.
It is.
Don't you feel like?
And I didn't mind like the other day when it snowed that first time. Once again, I was snuggled inside and I didn't need to go anywhere. And I was like, okay, I'm okay with this. And then it like melted.
Yeah.
And then the next day it's ice. And I was like, I hate this.
I
I hate the drive and the ice.
I think I'm done.
I enjoy the fireplace in the morning still, and
Yeah.
a little bit. Yes.
I always enjoy the fireplace.
Yeah, that's
Midsummer.
nice.
Yeah, yep, always a good fire.
Well, we have Laughing Owl Greenhouse coming today, and so that's going to be fun. And
They're
will
gonna
make
get us
feeling
excited.
more springy than we're feeling right now.
Yes.
Okay, so something I completely didn't know. It's a Utah thing. I didn't know. I must live under a rock. Betty's. Do you-
Yes,
do you-
my girls have them. They love them.
I don't know
Does
what you're
it
talking
put-
do you have a
bedding?
Betty?
Oh, like a BEDD?
A Betty, yes.
I know of them.
You don't have one though.
No.
You don't have one?
I do not, but my kids have them.
Okay.
For
Aren't they for
their kids.
like kids?
And adults. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's both.
So it's like a thing.
Yeah.
Do you have them?
Well,
We probably should describe to our audience of
Yeah,
what they
okay.
really are, though.
so
It's like bedding
zip
that
up
goes over the
bedding.
mattress and then it just unzips and then they can crawl into it
Yes.
and then they just zip it up and the inside is just cozy
So
and warm and cute
I
prints.
was complaining about making a bed, and everybody looked like I was crazy. Why are you making a bed
Right.
when you have a Betty?
Betty.
Isn't zipping it up and straightening it all just as much as putting a
I just
that's
don't
what-
think it's a sheet thing, Stace. Because it's just like unzip, like getting into a sleeping bag almost,
So if
but
you're
on your
listening,
bed.
we need to
Okay.
have somebody from
Okay.
Betty come.
We
show
do,
us.
because they are cute and they have
Yes.
darling fabrics.
And
like-
your grandkids have them?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
And they love them.
And there's even a minky
Yes.
blanket inside
Inside.
with the sheet and the comforter.
Oh, there's a
and it's
sheet in there?
Like everything, everything. It's all
Well, it's not a
inclusive.
sheet. In at least the ones that I've seen, it's
Okay.
not a sheet. It's like the minky inside and then the top like comforter on top.
We need to be informed. Please help us. I did not know this.
Comes, yeah,
Yes,
they're
I've seen
cute
it.
and they have matching pillows and
Yes.
stuff. It's really a unique idea. I like it.
Speaking of decor, our family did go down to St. George.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Over the St. George Parade of Homes.
Oh,
just
it's a love-hate. Isn't it so great?
So filthy rich and such big homes. And that by home number 2 or 3 in one day, you don't even know where you are or what direction. And we're like, okay, we can't see anything else because I don't even know what we're looking at.
Right.
Beautiful homes, of course.
The ideas,
Yes.
like takeaways, anything that you're going to
That's,
do
like,
or
new for this
update that
season.
you
Oh.
love.
Yeah, there's a couple things. The wallpaper's still around, and
I know.
I think I'm sold on the pill and stick. I didn't ask them if they
Really?
had the pill and stick, but I know some people, like Lisa Swenson, who we've
Yeah.
had on several times. I did go to her house recently, and she has pill and stick in several of her rooms, and it's darling. Because, it's getting it off
Yes,
after.
it's a pain.
And it's such a commitment.
It is.
So the pill and stick wallpaper, and we just like in our closets and pantry have just the normal wood shelves. I'm like, do we want to
we knock them out and put like
and have like a closet
built-ins?
organizer come in? Like, is it worth it?
Like the
I just feel
Container
it's-
Store has them where you can go design them and do it. Me and Mal did some
Okay.
self-do-it ones where we ordered the stuff from Container Store and then built it into a lady's like closet, and that was easier and less expensive.
Okay.
But it was kind of unique.
I don't know. Is anything less expensive at the Container Store?
Well, it's just less expenses if you do it yourself and don't have them do it, right?
Okay.
And when it's on sale, like they'll have quarterly sales where they're a pretty good deal.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I even think putting
Or
like
IKEA.
a plant on the back of a toilet. I'll take a picture of that because by the time I get home, I forget.
yeah.
Right.
I just need like little,
Okay.
Yeah.
little
But your
ideas.
weather was not so great.
No, we purposely thought we'll go the second weekend instead of President's Day weekend because it snowed the last 2 times we've been.
Okay.
And
And
it
I was
snowed.
there for President's
You
Day
were
weekend,
there.
and it was
on-
lovely.
Oh, I know. I was messaging you saying,
Yeah.
you're so
Yes,
lucky.
It was perfect.
My
for
cute
soccer. It was
coworker who
great.
went on a little Ensenada cruise and it just rained the whole time. They couldn't even port in Catalina. So it's just been crappy weather, guys.
Yeah, everywhere.
For stuff.
Like LA got snow recently.
Yes,
It
that's where.
just
Yeah.
Okay, but they say the snowpack is like,
200%.
yes, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I got a snowpack report today, and we are like on the graph so close to what it was in 83 and 84
Really?
when we had the flood down Thistle.
Yeesh.
So city crews are
So it's
already
good, but
going through
bad.
the river and taking out tree limbs and debris, so when it does start melting, it can just go straight through. We've already ordered sandbags, like we're really preparing.
Really?
Wow.
So it could happen.
Oh, definitely. Like statewide. And you think of like all the fire places like Santa Quin and over in Elk Ridge and Woodland
Yes,
Hills, like they don't have
yes.
the vegetation grown
No.
back up to stop the flooding.
Because they've had the fires.
So it all depends
Darn
on the
it.
melting, but
Okay.
So good,
so
but
slow.
bad,
We need a
right?
slow spring.
we need a slow spring.
Yep. That's what we're going to
Yeah.
pray for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, guys, on a note, high note, next time you see me, I won't have braces.
Wow,
you done?
it's time, huh?
Here we are.
Oh,
Brace
yay.
face. Last time.
Are you?
I know.
How long has it been?
It's been a year and a little bit. So he said that I'm close. So I'm not like banking on it, but he's like, let's do 3 weeks, check it again. And I think we're good.
Oh, Ange, I bet
know.
you're excited.
Yep. So the night that we film next time, they're coming off. So yeah,
Love it.
I'm excited.
And we're always looking forward to Spring Fashions too. So lots of cool things to look forward to.
Yeah,
It's a
it'll be
great
fun.
show
Good luck.
today.
Yep.
Okay. Well, next on Studio Chatter, what's dopamine have to do with your brain? Stay with us to learn more. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. With spring coming our way, it's a good time to get your brains active. Let's welcome Riley Pollan to the table.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome
Yes,
back.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Well, good. We need some excitement. Okay, we need some
Well, I'm here to do this all to you.
dopamine. So tell us about what you're doing.
Yes.
Tell us about this Happy Brain.
Yeah, so my nonprofit organization, Happy Brain, I started it about 3 years ago, and our mission is to provide mental health awareness and also mental health support because it's very needed, especially in the state of Utah. And we hold
Indeed.
Dopamine Days. So this is our second annual Dopamine
Oh.
Days, which consists of the Happy Brain Conference and the Happy Brain Rhythm Rides. So on March 9th, we're holding the Happy Brain Conference, which we have different speakers, we have different mental health professionals on a panel for people to ask questions. We have mental health resource booths for mental health, physical health, emotional health. So we'll have mixers there, Ruby, Jurassic
Love mixers.
Tacos, a candle in the dark room. So people can come and they can experience a night filled of hope, healing, and happiness. And then on March 11th at 8:15 a.m. and 9:30 a.m., we are holding the Happy Brain Rhythm Rides, which are rhythm cycling classes at Sea Cycle House, just down the street.
One of our favorite
yes,
things.
one of my favorite things ever. And people can come and move their body on the bike, celebrate movement, celebrate their mind and their body.
Okay.
And all profits from Dopamine Days will be donated to the Chesley C. Christ Fund for Mental Health in honor of Chesley Christ, Miss USA 2019, who took her life last year. So I'm very excited to be doing this again this year, and I'm very excited for individuals to experience all the magic it has to offer.
Wow.
So
I have so many questions.
I
I'm like,
know,
where
I
do
do
want
too.
to
I
start?
wanted to
Ask
stop
away,
several
ask away.
times.
Okay, let's go back to
Yeah.
the conference.
Yes.
Where is it going to be?
Maplewood Events in Spanish Fork.
On
So-
Expressway
Yes,
Lane, right?
right
okay.
there. It's a beautiful venue.
Is it like open house style?
So
Do you
it will
pay to
start-
enter? Like,
yes,
tell us
yes.
that.
So
Okay.
I should have mentioned that.
No, these are all
so
good
yes,
questions.
the tickets,
Questions.
all profits are donated to the
Okay,
fund I told
okay.
you guys about. But general admission is $12, and for students it's $10, and that's for both
can-
events.
I can afford that.
Okay.
Yes,
good.
it's
We
for
can
both
come to
events.
that.
I try to make it affordable, but also where we can raise money to donate.
Yeah.
So both events with Dopamine Days at the Maplewood Event Center and the cycling?
Yes, they're the exact same prices.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But 2 separate fees, right?
Yes,
to go
two
teach
separate fees.
one.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Perfect.
And it's at 6:30 p.m. on March 9th.
Okay.
Thursday,
Okay.
March 9th.
And then, is it just like she said? Like, is it just come and go? Will you have speakers there the whole time, or at certain times?
Yes, so it'll start at 6:30, and we
Okay.
have 4 different speakers. And then after our speakers are finished, we will have our mental health professionals come out for a panel where anyone can ask any questions. So it'll last about an hour and a half to 2 hours,
Okay.
but it goes by really quick because
Okay,
it's so
and
fun.
you mentioned a couple booths, mixers.
Yes.
I'm on the monthly. Are you guys
Mixer delivery?
Yes. Are
No,
you
I
guys
am not.
doing mixers
No,
yet?
but I love them.
So I really tried really hard last summer to eat my vegetables. Like I was writing it down, and I look back on my calendar, and the calendar was empty where I had my vegetables. So I'm like, I need to drink them.
like
So
a
that's
salad.
the one that I chose to do
That's
the delivery.
My favorite one.
And they're good. So
They're great.
Will they be speaking, or will these things that you mentioned, they'll have booths where they're
Yes.
doing giveaways, or you can get on monthly subscription or whatever?
Yeah, so they will have booths. So some companies will have samples. So Mixers will have samples, Ruby will have samples.
What's Ruby?
So they are a company where they have freeze-dried fruits and vegetables where you can mix them in water and make a smoothie. So they're great,
Right?
very good, very simple, very fast, just like
Okay,
Mixers.
okay,
So
okay.
with the booths, my goal was to provide resources for mental health, emotional health, and also physical health because they all
Yes.
are
Right.
tied
Go
together.
Okay.
So-
Well, those were my questions.
Okay. Well, you asked some of my questions.
Are
Let's.
there more? How many other booths will be there?
So we'll also have Sea Cycle House there as well,
Okay.
and we'll also have a coalition there, PG Cares, and they will provide mental health resources as well.
Okay. So then, is it the SSI? Is that what it is? Come on,
SI.
help.
Yes,
SI.
yes. So
Okay.
they changed it, so it's CSI. So
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know.
My
So many
goodness,
changes.
I knew that it was something.
I know, a lot to adapt to, right? So I started my nonprofit Happy Brain right after I graduated high school, so it's been about 3 years now. And I struggle with my mental health, especially growing up, and people didn't really understand mental health. You know, if I was having a hard day, I was having a depressive episode, and my friend said, hey, like, let's go do something. And I was like, you know, I'm not feeling like it. They wouldn't understand,
Right,
you know.
Because from the outside, you look like, oh, you would want to go have a good time.
Thank you.
You're just fine,
I
right?
mean, I love a good time, right?
Right.
But sometimes, you know, your mental
Sometimes
health.
you don't
I
want-
need
yeah.
a break.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when I graduated, I decided I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to start the conversation around mental health. I wanted to break the stigma and get the conversation started. So my way of doing that was through Happy Brain. I wanted it to be a very fun way to get people's attention. And thanks to one of my swim students, they gave me the idea of Happy Brain because they passed off a swim lesson. They came up above the water and said, Riley, Miss Riley, my brain is so happy. So thank you to my swim student. He gave me the idea. Yeah, he was a sweetheart, is a sweetheart. And so taking that idea, we have, you know, our bright fun colors for our branding. And I also wanted to get people's attention through clothes because everyone loves clothes.
yes.
So we have merch, but it's become more about awareness and support for
Will you
people
have
to come
merch
and feel
at your
safe.
event?
Of course, we'll have more merch. So you might have to
always like
come and get some yourself and rep Happy Brain.
Yes.
Okay,
Will you
that's
be
an
teaching
awesome.
some of the courses as well? Like, will you be leading some of the cycle?
Of course,
Okay.
yes. So I will be teaching the 8:15 a.m. class, and then my sister, who is also a coach at Sea Cycle, will be
Okay.
teaching the 9:30 a.m. one. And that ride is also sponsored by Sea Cycle House and Ruby.
Okay.
And we'll also have giveaways from Mixers there too. So it'll be
I think
a
we
very
better go.
fun
What day of the
morning.
week is March 9th?
It's a Thursday. Thursday
Okay,
night.
I'll look at my calendar.
And then the 11th is Saturday morning.
Okay, awesome. What other? I had another question. I'm like, I need to be writing
take your
these
time.
down.
No, I was going to say, so when you're going for Miss Deseret, is that correct?
Yes, so I'm
okay, so
the
when
current Miss
the
Deseret,
current,
yes, yes.
And then what's after that? What's your next step?
Yeah, so I will compete at Miss Utah in June. So it's
heavens.
the week June 6th through the 10th. It's a very high stress week. Emotions are all over. I definitely cried a few times last week, but
I
keep that
bet.
between us. Anyway,
And
so
our just a few close friends.
yes. So yeah, thank you. Just a few.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
They're a good support system.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm very excited. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm also branching off of Happy Brain, and I teach Happy Brain lessons, and I take them throughout schools K through 12 to teach healthy coping skills for kids to build resilience and a happier headspace.
So are you wanting to major in psychology or anything like that?
Actually,
it seems like
no.
it's right up your alley.
Yeah, I was planning on it. I
Yeah?
was in nursing and psychology, but I'm in journalism now. So that's the goal, to go into entertainment or
Seem
sports.
fabulous at
Thank
that
you
as
very
well.
much.
Yep.
Thank
Come
you.
back here
Thank you.
anytime.
Okay, if you need me, if anyone's going on vacation, I'm here.
We do need a sub occasionally, so
Well, I'm here.
on your short list.
So prior to Miss Deseret, I'm assuming Miss Deseret is like your second title?
Yes. So
What
I
was
was
your
Miss
first name?
North Ogden last year, and that was also an open title. I'm not from North Ogden, but I got
So
the
North
privilege
Ogden
of
is an
holding
open
it.
title.
Yes. So anyone in Utah can have it.
And a lot of viewers, because I did not understand any of
Either
this. Like
did I.
Mount
I'm
Nebo,
learning
they're
this.
just like an open title, and a lot of people ask me like, what is Mount
thought you had
Nebo,
to-
or what is
Right,
Utah
yes.
County? I'm like, no, it's just an open title.
Exactly.
Just to give more girls more opportunity
Yes,
to have
which
these
is so
experiences.
great because not everyone lives in Spanish Fork or Salem or Payson. So girls who maybe live in Santaquin, they can compete for North Ogden. I know it's a very far stretch.
So where
but
do you currently live?
I live in Pleasant Grove.
Okay.
But all my work is pretty much down in Spanish Fork
Okay.
because I'm at Sea Cycle House all the time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
well, we are one of the best.
Fun instructor.
Yeah.
Thank you so
We can
much.
follow you on Instagram.
Yes,
as well, right?
Instagram.
That was,
Yes.
I remembered my last question.
Yes.
If we want to sign up, where do we go?
Yes, so you can Venmo us at happy-brain.
Okay,
And we also have
happy-brain.
more information on our Instagram. And
Is that also happy-brain?
so our Instagram is happybrain.co. I should
Okay.
have clarified that, yes.
Okay.
So
Very good. Well, thanks for letting us
Thank
in
you.
on
Thank you for
all-
You've
having
made,
me.
Good
you've made
luck.
us happy.
Oh,
you have
good.
great energy.
that's
Yeah.
my goal. I want to
Always
make you guys
happy.
release some
Yes.
dopamine. So
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Coming up next, as a young teen, our next guest wrote herself a letter. We'll find out if her future came true in just a moment. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Without a real home, our next guest is a real free bird, but Spanish Fork has become one of her regular stops between her jobs on the road. Let's welcome Elaine Bracken, an aerialist and singer, to the table.
Wow.
Aren't we lucky?
You sound like you could thoroughly entertain us for the next 10 minutes.
Yes.
I think I can do that. 10 minutes? Sounds like a
10
set.
minutes.
Let's do it. Let's
Tell
go.
us about who are you?
Well, so my name's Elaine Bracken again.
Okay.
I'm from Florida, but I grew up in Idaho. And so I have family in Spanish Fork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of in between
Kind
the
of in
two
between.
spots.
Yeah. Not, well, yes. I'm a singer, I'm an aerialist, and I travel a lot.
Do you do those things at the same time?
Not yet, but we're literally in the middle of making an act where I will.
Stop
That
it.
sounds
Okay.
a little difficult.
Yes, I mean, it's a lot of cardio. And
Right.
Just
Oh, yeah.
finding positions where you can because your diaphragm can't do all that at once safely. So you will pause, sing something, and then continue on with.
Okay.
So Pink, singer Pink. So she has trained to do that a little
Yes,
bit, right?
exactly. This
Okay.
is exactly the idea.
Wow. I mean,
Well,
it's
and I was
both very difficult.
Yes. Okay, so how did you get started in this world?
So I started pretty late, and I was actually anti-sporty, but I was training to. I was trying to get fit because I had a music video that I was filming, and I was doing it with a dancer that I think he's really amazing, and I wanted to be at least somewhat physically fit. So I started going to bar classes, and at the place that they had the bar classes, they had aerialists, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. I would love to make a music video with that. And so I went to my first class, and I couldn't do a pull-up. So I was like, well,
That was strange.
this is going to take a minute.
Now, when you said you started later in life, like what age?
28.
But you
That
were a
is a little
dancer
later.
leading up to this.
I had never done any kind of. When I say not physical, I don't know if people can really understand.
She's
I skipped-
anti.
Anti, yeah. I skipped PE class. I didn't never run the mile.
This is like a
didn't want
funny
to do
story.
it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
were you a singer at this
Yes,
point?
I sang from when I was
Okay.
yay high, you know.
All right, so that
28,
led
though, I'm
into
thinking that
this.
you're like, oh, I started late. I didn't start till 9.
No, and this is funny because I'll have, so I'm a teacher as well, and I'll have students that are like, I don't know, I'm already 18, can I really, and I'm like, what? Yeah,
You're like, it's never
I'm
too
like,
late.
come on, get on that film.
But like how inspirational that is to
Yes,
hear.
very.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so music video went to
Yeah,
this
so
class.
I wanted to make this music video, but I couldn't do any of it. So I started training 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, sometimes more, but then the teacher would be like, hey, so like you have to take breaks. And basically I just really,
You kinda got
really
addicted.
went for it.
Like
I
you-
got addicted.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
loved it.
I mean, my personality in general is addictive. Once I decide I'm going to do something,
Okay.
there's no like middle ground.
Yeah, but how could that
All
be
in.
addictive if you were anti-working out and then you started this? Like,
I think
what
it's the
was
whole
it?
thing. It's the endorphins, but also the
drive of where you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah, and knowing where I was going, because the idea was I wanted to make music for it, because when I started, the stuff that the girls would listen to would like, it's beautiful music, but it was really the same artists over and over and over. And I was like, well, what if we made something kind of cooler? And so that was where I was going with it. I wanted to
Okay.
make a really beautiful song that was specifically made for this art,
Okay.
this dance. Wow.
So you perfect it. You are able to perform in front of crowds eventually, years later, 6
Yeah.
months later. Like, how long does this take to learn?
I think I had my first performance. It was a burlesque performance, but I sang and then did aerial, and that was about a year later. But it was baby aerial, you know. It wasn't.
but still.
It wasn't the best performance I've ever done for sure. And then I think it was 3 years in that I did my first circus. It was a charity circus in Nicaragua, and then from there I just kept on going.
So the aerialist, like, is it hoops and then with silks? Explain to the audience a little bit about what that
Okay, so
encompasses.
aerial is acrobatics done high above the ground. So that can be either a trapeze, that can be hoop, that can be silks. My specialty is hammock, which is basically a silk that's attached up top. I also do a lot of hoop. And then I do tipi lira. I have a male partner named Tiago. He and I have a duo called Duo Aria, and we do tipi lira. So it's one hoop attached at the top with two span sets is what they're called, and then it's on a swivel that allows
my
you to
God.
spin. And we do tricks inside the span sets, which is a little painful when your skin is exposed and it's a little tight on you. So I have one, for example, we do this position where it's around my waist, the span set is around my waist, and then I hold Tiago, so I'm upside down, and he does a plank, which in and of itself is very, very difficult, but now I can hold him, which is cool, because I didn't think that I would get to that level of holding a male partner, but it's fun, like, and it's aesthetically, it's quite cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So any of these can be, you can make it out of anything. I mean, there's different ones that are spiral, and just any acrobatics done high above the ground. Aerial.
I would love to hear, like, where in the world have you performed, and like what kind of performances, like at a circus, burlesque, like where else? Like,
So a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I just joined a cabaret. I work for several different companies. So
Okay.
it's basically whoever calls me and has a
Okay.
good offer for me, that's where I work and for whom I work. I guess with like the same as many jobs. So I've worked with a circus in Nicaragua, like I mentioned, and then I've worked, I mean, a little bit all over the place, but I just joined a cabaret called Joie de Vivre. And it's this French singer, along with acrobats and clowns and different things that you have in a cabaret, burlesque dancer, etc. So in this, I will sing and I will do aerial as well. And it will depend on the venue. So sometimes it will be Lollipop, which is a stage that has a pole, and then on top of the pole there's a hoop. So instead of being hung from the ceiling, it's standing. And this, I would say, lately is one of the most common gigs that I have, because it's easy to bring places. So I've been doing a lot of weddings, a lot of birthday parties. I was just training.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really popular for this. I did a 27th birthday party in California last weekend. This is the youngest I've done for a birthday party, other than children. Children have this at their birthday party a lot. But yeah, really just everywhere. I've done a little bit of France, and a little bit of Portugal. I was in France and England and New York at the beginning of this year, about 6 weeks. And so it's just kind of wherever they ask, I go.
oh my God.
your favorite?
Oh, in Thailand.
Oh, that
Thailand
would be
was my
awesome.
favorite place that we only trained, actually. We didn't have a show there.
Okay.
But my aerial partner and I, Tiago, we went for a month to Thailand and we trained straps. which to me was a little bit new, and he doesn't love spinning, so it was fun because it's really spin intensive.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just
you're so
hooked.
sick.
Yeah, he does not love that. But you are attached on one arm, and then you do tricks together.
Oh, my
That was
goodness.
fun, and it was fun. Like there's even the language barriers and things of training in Thailand. It was fun.
It sounds
Any
magical, actually.
accidents or any near?
I've fallen before, not a lot. I've never fallen during a show, but I think I've fallen 3 times. One, I thought my career was over. I was being held by my feet, not by Tiago, but by another partner. I was upside down, and we did a throw, and luckily I have a very bendy back, and so I was able to move my body in a way that it didn't hit my spine. But when the people at the doctor's office saw the fall, everybody had them come in. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look at this!" And I was like, "Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
maybe not something to do." I haven't been doing this throw lately. It's not worth all of
Injuring.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goodness.
I'd rather do pretty but less dangerous things.
So do you feel safe most of the time?
Most of the time, I feel very safe. I mean,
Okay.
I think it's just a matter of trusting yourself.
You must love it.
I love it so much. But you're not going to go and do something in a show that you don't feel comfortable with. So
Right.
you practice it, and you practice it, and you practice it until you feel comfortable. And usually you try to practice it lower off the ground. Or
Yes.
yeah, you're not going to go straight up to 15 feet right off the bat. You're going to practice it low, and as soon as you're sure that you have it, especially if it's a drop or something
Yes.
like this, you just make sure that you really have it memorized. Then you take it high up. And at
Wow.
that point, you're pretty
You're
confident.
brave.
So we understand as a young girl you wrote a letter to yourself. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, you know those things that you write to your future self? They make you do it in school. I did that when I was 12, and my mother had it. And so I was in Italy when I was 22. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I found this little letter that you're supposed to open." And I was like, "Well, open it."
Like it hadn't
What's
been
this?
opened yet? And
It
she
hadn't
found
been
it?
opened yet,
Okay.
yeah. And it said, "I'm coming home for my little sister's birthday. I've been in Europe." I don't remember which country I said, but I believe it was Italy. "I've been in Europe, and I'm now a singer and a dancer and a clothing designer." And my mom goes, "Gosh, it all makes sense, except that you don't dance." And I was like, "Yeah, that's really weird that I would say something like that, because there's definitely no dancing, and I'm not designing anything, you know." And then it was just amusing because, again, I was abroad, and I was
Right.
coming home for a quick little trip, and then later I became a dancer.
Oh my gosh.
and I was singing at the time.
Yes.
Proclaimed.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
at 12. I think that's amazing. I love that kind of stuff. Written in the stars.
You just have to wish for it, and
You
then
do.
it happens.
So, like, what does your future look like? That has all these things have got you to now. Do you want to do this for long term?
So
Keep traveling? Tell
I
us.
definitely want to keep traveling with it. Right now, the idea is to combine the music and the aerial more intensively, I guess. So I've started writing a circus where I want to have them. It's written in several different languages because I like travel, I like languages. And so the idea is to bring kind of my character, Little Elaine, through all these different obstacles and all these different challenges of life, but then to bring what she learns back to her community. Because I think that that's something that lacks in the circus community is people go, they leave wherever they're from, and they join this cool troupe or this group of people that's considered a little bit outcasts, right? I mean, circus has always been associated with that. And then they don't come back. And so I really like this idea of going, learning all these things, having these experiences, and then coming back. And I feel that even when I come back here and I'm with my nieces and nephews, and they're like, "Wait, you've been doing what? And you've been where?" And my little nephew, I'll be speaking in French or Portuguese on the phone, and he's looking at me like, "Who is this chick? Like, where did she come from?"
That's such good exposure.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You get to really
Yeah.
share and say, "Oh, well," and then you show pictures and you show things, and then they can realize that, like, "Oh, wait, I can do that too." And it's not just something for you, it's something also that anybody can do. And then you bring back the skills as well. You teach, if I learn something in Paris that I've never seen before, I can come back and teach a class and say, "Oh, look at this cool thing that I learned." So the circus, I want it to have that feel where it's very worldly. That's not the word that I want, but it has to do with cultural.
Encompassing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. cultural diversity in terms of the music, in terms of the characters. And then the little girl that comes back and says, "Hey guys, look what I saw, look what I learned, but I'm coming back to you, and I'm not just leaving forever."
Wow. I want to watch you. I want to listen.
I know.
Yeah, you've got really great energy.
We're so happy
Can we
to have met
can
you.
we follow you anywhere like YouTube or
Yeah.
I mean
I'm kind of everywhere, I guess. I just started a TikTok, which I was super against for a long time, but all of it's under my name, so it's Elaine Bracken.
Okay.
And then Elaine Bracken Music is my Instagram handle, no periods or anything. And then my duo is Duo Aria, DUO_ARIA.
awesome.
Happy.
Elaine.
I'm glad that
having
we're
me.
stopping in Spanish Fork so that we can hear.
Yeah, it's always my little home base. I go on that little river trail and
Yes,
have my little
good.
5-mile walks. Like, it's the most peaceful, beautiful place, and I always feel like no matter where I've been, what I've been doing, I can come back to Spanish Fork as a home base.
Always love
Bye
it.
and stay anytime.
Reminds me of The Greatest Showman, which makes me so happy. So yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Elaine.
you so much.
Our next guest will help you get that green thumb out for spring. Stay with us to find out more. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Nothing says spring like getting in the garden. Let's get on our gloves and welcome Travis and Stephanie Canoop from Laughing Owl Greenhouses to the Chatter.
Welcome back, friends.
Yeah, I feel like a regular now.
You are.
Is this your third time?
This is our third time. Yeah.
Okay.
We were joking before that you could just take over and have your own segment. You don't even need us.
No, that's
But we're
not
happy to be here.
Maybe we need a gardening segment.
We can do a gardening,
gardening
segment.
show.
We can do a
Here in
gardening
Spanish,
show.
in Spanish Fork.
Yeah, we do.
Are you
Okay,
guys
everything
open?
about this
It's
makes
March.
us
Are you
happy.
open?
We are open. Mhm.
Okay, I'm coming tomorrow then to drop off my pots. Is it time?
Absolutely.
Am I late?
Well, no, you're not late. So
Still snowing outside.
it's still snowing outside. That's plenty of time.
Never stops.
Generally, the rule of thumb is like, the later folks bring in their pots, just the more heat we put on them to get them ready in time for Mother's Day. So it's okay. We'll make it
Alrighty,
work.
I'll get them in.
Sounds great.
You got this.
I got it. Mine every year. I've been the last 3 years. Is that how long that you guys have been?
Yeah.
Yep.
The smell
I know.
is like a bit intoxicating right now.
Just dirt.
Well, I'm smelling.
Just earthy and yummy and ready to go.
Yep.
This-
Oh,
ready
that
for
is
spring.
nice.
Isn't that yummy?
Okay, what are we doing
Okay,
today,
what are we doing?
kids?
So today I thought we'd do something interactive, and we're gonna do. Yeah, we wanted to get our hands dirty.
Wow, this is interactive.
So these are our Laughing Owl
this?
aprons. I talk
So now we're
about your-
official employees.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, and I'm sure you guys will do wonderful. So we'll make sure to get the paperwork signed at the end.
Oh,
To
okay.
get you guys started in the garden center. But
Beautiful.
what we wanted to talk a little bit about today is that even though there's snow outside, it's really
Oh, you guys,
cold
like, went
and
around?
windy.
Yeah.
You can still start your gardens now. Now's a perfect time for us to get things started. And these are some herbs that we actually planted just last month. And
Wow,
wanted
they
to,
Last
Fast.
month.
yeah,
Wow. Well, you have a greenhouse. That is really nice.
yeah, it is nice to have.
But it's crazy how fast that they could grow.
Yeah, as long as you have the right conditions, you can do about anything inside the.
So are people needing to have these indoors if they're
We-
starting them at home or what?
Yeah, so what's nice about what we have done over the last 3 years, we've progressed and grown quite a bit. We've listened to the community and have really taken into consideration the things that they're asking for, what we can help them with. And a lot of them is, what can I do to start gardening now? And because I'm getting the itch earlier and earlier every year. And so I was like, okay, well, let's start bringing in things that will help the folks be a lot more successful in their gardens throughout the season. And so one of the things that we've done was we've opened up a new retail store that has all of the goodies that you need. So we don't just sell plants anymore. We sell your seeds, your seed starting supplies. We sell your soils, your fertilizers, gloves, little seed dials. We got quite a bit of stuff that just gives you just a nice little insight of all the things that we carry to help you guys be successful. The goal is to be a one-stop shop for
I
everybody.
was just going to say that. Yep.
That's awesome.
Perfect. Yep. Helps
So-
ease us into it.
Yeah.
Well, can we touch the dirt?
Absolutely. Go right on ahead. So you want to talk a little bit about herb gardening and all that fun
So
stuff?
the nice thing with herb gardens is it can be anything right in your kitchen once, especially once it's warming up. But then you could just clip right off. I was going to show you how to clip some of the herbs right off, and then they just keep growing, so you have them all season long. And now's the perfect time, and we also have different seeds that you can start now inside. And we have our little greenhouses that you can just put in a windowsill and start your own seeds now, so that they're ready as soon as that sun comes up.
Okay.
And do you want this, what kind of a room? Your sunniest room in the house, or any kitchen will do?
You know, it's funny, is a lot of people ask that question, and initially about that first week, all you need is that seed to be warm. And so you can keep it on the inside of your home that's closest to like a vent that puts out warm air.
Oh, okay.
And then once the seedling kind of starts emerging, you want to make sure to get it near a bright, shiny window, and then that'll help them kind of start reaching out and getting that growth on them. So, yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
Do you have a favorite that you like to use?
I love basil. That's my go-to. But it's been fun. The biggest thing I think is fertilizing, and just even for myself, learning of just new things and trying new things, and then the kids want to try new things, which is nice. So if you guys want to grab one, we'll just stick them in.
Okay.
I'm gonna
It smells like a fresh pizza.
I'm gonna teach
We
everybody.
just need some mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
This one.
Can I just pull it off, or is that not the proper way to do it?
Well, the good thing is
I like that.
plants are tough, and so
Okay.
if you do tear it off like this, if you pop that off, it's not going to hurt them.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it just makes them want to branch out more and get a
Oh,
lot
that smells so
bushier for
good.
you.
Really?
So
Is that with any plant, or just
a lot of them, yeah.
So are you okay if we start putting it in?
Absolutely, but I'm going to show everybody a quick little trick on
Yes.
how to have the best flowers, herbs, or vegetables. It all comes down to making sure you're fertilizing, okay? So we've got multiple different types of fertilizers. We got your organic base, and we also have your traditional synthetic kind. But what's nice with this is our vegetable blend right here. All you gotta do is just sprinkle just a little bit in the soil like that. This stuff, you won't burn your plants. With
Do we
this
mush it
particular
around
brand,
in it?
You wanna go ahead and mix it around, yep. Just like that. And now it's fertilized and ready to go for about the next 10 to 15 days.
and then you do it again? Just
Yeah,
a
and
little
then
sprinkle like that.
And then after that, once it's planted, you just water it in and it's good to go. So.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about these chives for a minute.
Okay.
One of the tricks is you might be able to go, if you go to garden centers, you might find plants that look like this.
Yes.
What I like to do is I just like to show everybody that you can come in and you can just clip it just like that. And what it does is it promotes it to become more stockier and more bushier. And so that way you're not having them lop over and look kind of, sad. So
Okay.
just by trimming them up, it really does, it really helps them when it comes to their growth.
Okay, so would you do that? Like if you bought this from the store before I planted it, you would probably suggest doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would keep these little clippings, because you can still throw these in your dishes, eat them fresh, however you want to do it. These are still really good to eat. So yeah.
Okay,
But,
all right, a 2-for-1.
There you go.
Okay, so then how far down do we go?
So the rule of thumb is you want to go right to the same level as the root ball right there. You pulled it out of the pot. So.
Okay.
So whenever I plant things at home, and I don't do herbs, I do flowers, I always kind of do this.
Yep.
Break it up a little bit? Is that good?
You should do, or does it matter?
Well,
I do both of that.
so anytime you break, whether it's the root or whether it's the top, what it's doing is it's encouraging for new growth and more aggressive growth.
Okay.
And so it's a really good idea to do that because it makes those roots really get stimulated to get reestablished again.
Okay.
So it kind of stresses them out. So it says, okay, let's go ahead and let's get established quick now because some of my roots have been damaged. So,
Alrighty.
because it's a living thing.
Can you ever do it too much to where it hurts it, or?
Yeah, you don't want to go more than a third.
Okay.
So if you start ripping half of it off,
Yeah.
then you run the risk of really damaging it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Is this one even trimmed also?
It is trimmed. So what's nice about this deal is you can see this new growth right up in here. See that new growth? So you can come in with your scissors and you can just clip just right above that new growth. And once again,
We just can't take you home with us. We don't know what to do.
so this will now really flush out and it'll give you a nice bushy deal right there. So.
Okay.
And if you ever have
feel like we
questions,
should
if
do
you're
that.
about to,
wanna do one of
chop
those?
and you're
We
not
don't
sure
have
if you should
that
chop,
yet
just
either.
message us on Instagram.
Okay.
We're really quick. You
My
can
head.
send us messages, or if you have something that you're not sure if it's alive or dead or
Chamomile?
just
That's our
message us
chamomile.
and we'll help.
Ooh, So cute. Everything smells so yummy, guys.
Now,
Love it.
Now, the good thing is, or one thing that I always point out is these guys are still babies, so you want to give them some room when you
Okay.
plant them because you know they're going to fill out. A lot of people will just try to jam pack it all in.
that's what I do a lot.
They'll start competing with each other. So give themselves just a little bit breathing room, and then all of a sudden you'll get a lot healthier plants,
Okay.
and you'll get a lot more harvest off of them.
All right, Natasha, you get one more corner, right?
You sure do. Are we doing okay?
This one right here is our cilantro. Yeah, so there is a purple basil right there.
Oh, look at Natasha, your favorite color.
There you go.
Okay.
But
Never heard of purple basil.
it's called dark opal, but
Oh
people
my
call
gosh,
it
it
purple.
smells
Yeah.
so good.
Does it taste the same or a little bit different?
You know, basils are very unique in their flavors. Their own different
Okay.
flavors, yeah. So some people they'll find a flavor that they like with basil, and then that's usually the variety that they stick with. So
Okay.
believe it or not, there's over 20 different varieties of basils out
No,
there.
Oh
I
my
would not.
gosh.
I would not even know that.
No.
I know this one. Okay, can people keep this year-round inside, or
Absolutely.
do they need to get it out in the sunshine?
No, as long as you've got a light that's pretty bright, this is like would be perfect if you had it in your house. But
We'll just leave it here.
yeah, there you go. As long as you're getting what we call
There you go,
enough
right?
foot candles, which is 1.5 foot candles, this will grow and flourish inside your home.
Awesome.
And most people say, well, I can go to Lowe's and buy a plant light and I'll keep it on there, and that's absolutely right. You do that and it'll stay flourishing all year for you.
So when you say a light, you're meaning any light, not outside light?
Yeah, it can be any light as long as it's putting out enough foot candles. Yeah.
Oh.
Like a
Fluorescent
lamp.
light. If you go to like your big box stores, we'll start carrying the same lights.
Okay.
But they're specialized for plants, and so we'll
okay.
have those as well. They haven't come in yet, but they're coming. So,
Okay.
I'm so excited
Awesome.
about
This is
that.
exciting. This does make me excited.
And then
for-
you brought us like a little treat, a little snack.
Yep.
No one's ever brought those before.
You've been growing these too there?
We have, yeah. So we made a commitment to our customers. We get quite a bit of customers that say, well, what does it look like? What is a Socrates cucumber, which is what that is? What does it look like? What's it taste like? Or, what's a lemon cucumber look like? Or what's a sun sugar tomato look like? So what we've done is we've taken all the varieties that we've grown that we sell as a transplant for our gardeners. We've now grown mature plants inside our greenhouse, and we now harvest off of them so that the folks can not only buy the transplant, but they can see, taste, and touch what that actual fruit's gonna
Wow.
look
I love it.
That's awesome.
It's like hands-on all around.
So do you have tomatoes there now?
I do, yes. They're still green. I didn't want to bring some green tomatoes for you, so I was like,
We'll
the
start with
cucumbers.
this. This will be my lunch tomorrow. Cut that up. That looks
basil,
delicious. Yes,
salad,
yes.
you're golden.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Little
this looks
cheese.
yummy. And just the color green.
I know, right?
It's
Don't you
just-
just want to keep smelling it? Yeah, I do.
Thank
Okay,
you.
anything else you guys need to tell us before you go?
Well, so yeah, right now is a great time. March is the perfect time to start your seedlings.
Okay.
Stop by Laughing Owl, consider us. We've got all of your seed starting needs, your seed starting soils, all the seeds you can imagine under the sun. We're carrying it all for you. And you can always count on us. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, send us videos, send us pictures. We will respond and let
Okay.
you know how to help or how can we help you be successful. So we try to be the experts for everybody, that they can have the confidence that they can rely on us to provide them with the
Okay.
information that they need.
Well, I think this will make everyone's brain happy.
Yeah, it's made mine.
Yeah.
Yep, happy
Thank
brain.
you.
For
Absolutely.
business. We
Thanks for
love
being
it.
part of our
Love you
community.
guys.
Love it.
No, we
Thank you.
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we'll take a few steps back in time. Stay with us to find out more on Studio Chatter. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. With homemade soaps, bread, and flowers, we'll feel like we traveled back in time. Let's welcome Megan O'Brien from My Urban Homestead Life to the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Yeah. Well, all of these things make us so happy. It smells
Me too.
good.
Yes, just sitting
Smells
here.
really good.
And delightful. So I actually had the pleasure of having a gift from you. Let's see. I think it was Christmas time, a friend that introduced you to Studio Chatter, Melissa Roundy, so thank you, Melissa. She gifted one of the orange soaps, a homemade soap. She gave to me, so thank you, Melissa. So that's how we were introduced.
Like one of
and she
these?
said that you should come on the show. So tell us your story. How did you get into making all the good stuff?
Yeah, well, I am from Idaho. I grew up in a little town in Teton Valley in Idaho. And I grew up raising pigs and sheep and like a wannabe farm girl my whole life. And then I moved to the city,
Okay.
and I couldn't have any of those things. I wanted to raise my girls with those things, but for the longest time I was so discouraged because I couldn't have a homestead in like less than 1/5 of an acre, you know? I'm like, how am I gonna do that? And one day the words popped into my head, urban homestead, and I thought, I wonder if that's a thing. So I looked it up, and it totally is.
It's a
People
thing.
do that all over cities.
So
and
it's
they
like
have urban,
homesteading, but in the city.
small scale.
Okay.
So I can't have sheep, but I do raise Angora rabbits for their fur.
Oh
and
my goodness.
I do chickens and garden, and I came across soap making, and I was hooked. So I taught myself during COVID.
Oh,
we
I
all
love
learned
that.
something during COVID.
Right.
And then it just took off from there. So
So that's kind of your love, is that aspect of it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love anything homestead, and I've just had to get creative and figure out what I could do with what I have.
Okay.
And one of the quotes that just keeps me going is, use what you have, do what you can, start where you are. And so that's what I've just tried to do. And I make soap, and I've gotten into flower farming, because flowers you can do on a small scale. So you can grow quite a bit of flowers in a very little space.
And then do you just cut them to have flowers in your home, or do you do them for other people, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, so for example, I dry them and put them in soap. My main reason for flower farming is there is a nonprofit called the Growing Kindness Project, and they encourage anyone, anywhere with a little bit of dirt to grow flowers and give them away in kindness, because we all know that the world could use a little kindness.
So you just give them to whoever.
I give them to whoever, and
I can
I've
give
tried
you my
to-
address before you leave.
I have been raising. I want to raise
kindness.
my girls with. I have three daughters, 11, 9, and 6, and so I just want to raise them with this. This aspect of kindness. So they help me, and we harvest flowers all summer, and we just take them to people. It can be a clerk at a grocery store, it could be a neighbor down the road, funerals, you know, for luncheons. I just love to give my flowers, and my soaps have kind of been my little side business
Side hustle?
too. Yeah.
I'm curious, are you like in a condo, townhome, or a home? A single
I'm
family?
in a home.
Okay. Because I always think urban is like stacked housing or tight.
Right, and
But for her, that is like
But
that
for me,
housing compared to the Wild West.
no,
have more
I
space.
have about a less than 1/5 of an acre.
Okay.
is what.
But the thing is, you're able to do it. That's what you're saying is you can do all of these things
You can do
on
it
a
in
small
an
plot.
apartment balcony, and if you
Yeah.
have a little pot of dirt, you can grow flowers in it to
My
give.
goodness.
So,
Okay, so the soaps are absolutely
yeah,
beautiful.
they're
I mean, they
beautiful.
smell amazing, but I just want people to see that, like the top
Yes.
of that.
I
Look at that.
actually do.
yeah.
I sell most of these in Jackson Hole, which is
Not
where
surprising.
my husband and I are from. So I sell them in Jackson, which is why you see that these are the Teton Mountains.
Yes.
Yep.
So I love making landscape designs in
The
soap.
smell is yummy.
You can see these are cut smaller. So people reach out to me just through my Instagram.
Okay.
My .urbanhomestead.life is my Instagram handle.
I was trying to find you, and I was
Yeah.
struggling. Okay,
Yeah.
dot.
So it's
okay.
.urban.
Okay.
Mike.
So my .urbanhomestead.life.
Okay.
And that's my Instagram. So people will reach out to me and order custom loaves. So soap comes in a loaf, and I can get 10 full-size bars out of one loaf.
Oh, and you can do a
I-
custom.
So then I can do a custom design, fragrance, whatever they want, and then
Kid, I'm just thinking how hard this would be.
I know,
Because
I'm
if
just
it's in a
amazed.
loaf, you've got to
Yeah,
like
you have to
layer
think
this
of it
and like
in a-
make little mountain peaks, and then you've
I
got
can't
to
even-
like make clouds, so like a stream of something.
yeah, you have to picture it through like
Wow.
the intersection.
Yes, yes.
So-
that is
My
that's
gosh.
art. That's
So tell us,
homesteading and art.
what are the custom things people have had you do?
Well, for example, I have people that do like Airbnbs, vacation rentals. So I can slice them as small. I can get 30 of this size. I cut one of these into thirds.
Oh.
For a sample size for their like vacation rentals.
Because you're just
So-
going to throw that away if they don't use all of it, right? Because it's
Right.
a vacation.
And then it's kind of
Right.
their themed of
And that's
whatever
been
their
a hit.
place is.
So
yeah.
I've been able to do that for people. So this is like
Isn't that
sad
cute?
to
So
throw
much
it
better
away.
than one of those wrapped up little white bars of
I
soap.
know,
That
wouldn't
is
you love to
darling.
go to a
Yes.
vacation rental
That would
and
make
find
me want
that?
to rent again if I came into that.
Yeah.
is so fun.
So-
What is this? I mean, it looks like chia seed, but
It's poppy seed.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll throw that in and it adds some exfoliation into your skin.
Yes, yes. Okay, and then you do lotions and,
And then
creams
yeah,
as
this
well?
is my newest is the lotion. So yeah, I came across my childhood recipe from when I was a kid. We had a friend teach us, and I found the recipe and I was like, oh my goodness, where's this been all my life? So I've started recreating that and making
So what kind of
smells so
elements are
good.
in this?
So this has your oil and water.
Okay, is
it's
that like a
mostly
so-
oil and water, and then you have to have an emulsifier.
Oh my-
to,
Right,
to blend it.
that's like the Capri candle, the volcano candle.
Oh my
That smells
gosh,
so
that
good.
is yummy.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
And this-
favorite.
Vanilla
So
musk is
lotion, the
yummy.
base is on most of them are oil and water.
Yeah, it's oil, mostly oil and water.
Oh my gosh.
Then you have to add, different. You do have to add a preservative because the water would, if anything with water would grow mold.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it has
Okay.
a preservative in it and an emulsifier to blend, that oil
Okay.
and water together.
Well, you talked
so.
about lanolin, so where do you get that? 'Cause you don't have any sheep.
Not lanolin.
Normally you have to have like sheep to get some
right,
of it. Yeah.
right. Yep.
Okay, so soap, lotion, chapsticks.
Yes.
Anything
Yes,
else that we're
chapstick.
missing? Are those the main
no,
thing?
that's
okay.
And then
That's
do you
my
teach
main
anything
focus.
else or do anything else, or is it just kind of gone back down to this as of right now?
Yeah, just right now I have this. I use my Instagram to help teach people like gardening things,
Yeah.
especially with gardening cut flowers specifically.
So you're posting all that on your Instagram as well.
So people can follow me and get any tips. And my hope is that I could inspire someone else to grow and give as well.
love that.
So
It just makes me feel homey, right? Doesn't it? Like you just want to
Yeah.
stay tucked in and yeah.
Oh, and I just
cozy
started
feely.
the sourdough bread. Speaking of
I
homey,
was just going to
I've been
say that we just heard a
baking my way
rumor.
through
Yes.
winter, so that's
Okay,
that's
good.
what
We're
I
all
was doing.
always about food, so we may have to have you back.
Yeah, I love
sounds
sourdough
delicious.
bread.
Time. That's
Yep.
amazing. Well, thank
Well,
you
these
for
are beautiful.
sharing
I
them.
love
They
this
are
idea. I think
beautiful.
it would be fun to do like some custom loaves for Christmas or like a
Yes.
family reunion or something. If someone, could
Or a
think creatively and then tell
Birthday
you.
or something like that.
Bridal
That'd be
shower,
fun. Yes.
like
Oh my
just-
gosh.
Because we just ordered some for a bridal shower last year. This would be darling.
Yeah.
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 Put their initial in it or something.
Yeah, and I can put like custom, whatever you want for like a label too. So I can put company's logo or whatever they want on a label. And
Oh, that's
I love
so
it.
this is my this was my Valentine's edition. I should have taken that label.
Oh,
But yeah.
that's so
Goodness.
cute.
With the fresh flowers.
With my garden flowers on the top. so
my
love it.
goodness.
yeah.
Well, you
You're
can't
talented.
complain about COVID at all because you came out on top there.
It was my growing year
good for you.
sure.
Yes, yes. Well, it
What
was
a
so
treasure. Yes, we are happy
so
to
fun
know
to meet you and find
Yeah.
this out, and I hope all of our viewers will check your Instagram out.
Yeah, go check it out. And I try to just show people what I'm doing and
Hey.
bring them along.
It's fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Megan.
Darling, anytime.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back. We talked with a whole lot of happy people today. What did we learn?
Okay, you know what I learned is when we came in, because it's cold,
Our energy
our energy kind of sucked.
It's just cozy and down.
It was super low, and guest number one just like elevated us, and every single person, and
like our senses were elevated, our hearing,
Yeah, everything.
like what we talked about.
Ooh, and all the good smells too.
Yes.
Yeah.
and you know what I regret? We had Elaine sing to us off camera. I wish we would have had her
I'm
sing.
still
'cause
melting in my
I know,
head
because
with
I
it.
was like almost teary. It was
Yes.
French. It was beautiful.
Just right in your face.
Oh.
Yeah, we should have. Well,
It was-
Pete maybe recorded it. Maybe you could play that sometime. It was
Smelling the
gorgeous.
fresh dirt.
Yes.
These fresh
Makes
herbs
us
right
happy.
now, those fresh soaps.
The basil and the
You know,
chives.
just kind of earthing and making things. That was all just so
Yeah, it was
yummy,
fun.
delicious. Yes.
we needed it because we all kind of were at a lower energy.
We were.
lower
I
vibe.
needed this.
So
I
I
really
learned
did.
that people can really change. We really can influence one another out there.
And
we're in
now
a-
we can actually go to dopamine days.
Yes.
Yes,
can-
I texted my girls during the break. I'm going to try and make that happen. I think that would be
I'll
a fun
see you there.
event. Yeah, Happy Brain Conference. We need it.
Yeah.
We all
Happy
need
Brain,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Take
Elaine,
someone.
yes, to kind of wrap things up and share all of her travels and
Yeah.
her talents. Isn't that just amazing?
Yeah.
It really is.
It would be
That
cool.
just seems like a different life, right? A different world. Just to
just
travel
travel and-
around and just perform.
I wanted to ask
so
her,
exciting.
she said she started at 28, correct?
Yes.
I wanted to say, like, well, how old are you now, or how long have you been doing this?
Right.
Like, is there a point that you're like, okay, I want to start settling down, or are you just like at the peak?
I don't know. I feel like she's kind of at her peak, but
do
looking
too.
to the future. Like, I want to create this circus, and like maybe that will become her baby.
Would
You have to have
age-
some youth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Youth, and then you kind of age out quickly, I would think. And it sounds like she does already have something
Yes.
in store.
I mean, she
And
can always
has an
teach
amazing-
as
she has an
well.
amazing-
Yeah, well, she
amazing
is.
way.
She
Right.
currently teaches, so
Yay for her.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
so cool.
All good things.
Yep.
Super.
Uh-huh.
very fun
We were
show.
blessed. Yep.
Well,
blessed today.
This is the color of the month.
Yeah, here we started.
Let's do
Out
it.
with the pink, in with the green.
Let's in with the green.
Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.
Alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
Oh my
Et voilà.